We now bring you a story about something most people dread, jury duty. We decided to find out just how those summons make it to your mailbox.
Meet Lisa Abraham.
I'm in charge of all the juries from Monroe County for the last 17 years.
Each month she folds, seals, and sends off 750 jury summons.
Which means they will get delivered, and then my phone will literally ring nonstop for about the next week because I think all 750 want to talk to me and try and get out of jury duty.
But where did those names come from? In the state of Indiana, each county can elect to use either a database provided by the Indiana Supreme Court or a list they create on their own.
We used to do 100% voter registration when I first started this job, and we had a really bad turnout, and I think most of it is with the IU campus because a lot of them were students that have moved, so I would have, majority of them would come back as, you know, not known, they don't live here anymore. We have a choice and we have to fill out an order every year. If we opt not to use their program, then we have specific lists that we can use, and it could be voter registration. We could use our own property taxes, our own BMV, but there's a long list. I think there's also bills, like water bill, electric bill.
The county's Board of Judges make that decision.
It's the Monroe County Board of Judges, and they elected to go with their program.
The current state database takes names from BMV records and property taxes.
So if you are on both lists, it will do a name match and like a date of birth match. So if you're in there twice, you will be marked off once. So that way everybody's name is only in there one time. And there, it just picked all the people for me.
Once the summons hit mailboxes, Lisa's phone starts to ring.
Well, I get yelled at a lot on the phone because people right away pick up the phone. I don't want to do it. And they feel like they're taking it on me, like I personally drew that person's name. I did have one last week that called and literally yelled at me over the phone. And just kind of let it bounce off, and I got her calmed down. She called back yesterday and apologized, which I thought was very nice.
Rude or not, everyone has to send in their reply.
If I don't get forms back, there's usually, I'd say about 100 I don't get back out of the 750. Then I can send a follow-up letter to them that says, my records show I have not received your form back. I will send them another one until they have basically 5 days to return it to me, or we could find them in contempt of court.
And if that doesn't work?
If they still refuse to come in, I have had to send the sheriff out to their house to bring them in. They won't arrest them with the handcuffs. They just give them transportation in, and then they're here.
When a trial is scheduled, the jurors are called in.
They come in the morning, and I have to check them off that they have actually shown up.
Then it's orientation.
I have to do an orientation, basically explains the building and our procedures here. Then from that point on, I'm done with the jury, and they're now excused to the bailiff. And we have a bailiff that has to be assigned to them at all times, keeps them away from the public, lets them into a back hallway where only the jurors are allowed to go into.
And then the jury goes to work.
Lisa tells us that if you find a summons in your mailbox, like this one here, and want to get out of jury duty, there's really only two excuses she'll accept. You'll either need to be over the age of 75 or get a note from your doctor. And that's going to just about do it for tonight's show. Don't forget to find us online at theweeklyspecial.org, where you can find out about upcoming shows, watch videos from past episodes, and also link to our Facebook page, where you can stay in touch with us as well as find out more about tonight's stories and guests.